Dear friends, today we are dealing with the Sacrosanctum Concilium number 13 and 14. That is on popular devotions and active participation. When we hear popular devotions, what comes to mind is that, first of all, the word is composed of devotion and popular. And the word devotion denotes a certain affection of things of God. And then it generally implies this other with a sensible kind of character. And therefore, we see that when you talk of popular, it means it's done with many people involved here. And now it's a devotion with a lot of piety, exercises of external piety, which many people feel from within, and they feel like they wish to express it in liturgy. And it is just a movement from within. It is a strong appeal which many people make, employing many emotions and instincts. And it's an appeal that comes because they find it very simple as a way of expressing their faith, but from within. It is a stimulus which people feel that they want to do good, and they feel good when they are doing good, but from within. It's like kind of an instinct. And some of these things of devotion as an exercise of external piety also comes with examples of good saints, of good people who are living even in today's life. So people feel from within that they feel they want to do something, and they want to express their faith within the external moments of lives. So their inner faith, they want to express it in the external moments of their lives. And here we read, dear friends, from Sacrosanctum Concilium number 13, when it talks about popular devotions. It says, the Christian people's devotions, provided they conform to the laws and norms of the church, are to be highly recommended, especially when they are authorized by the Apostolic See. And when we talk about the Apostolic See, dear friends, here we are referring to the Pope Francis, or the Pope in general, like in today's context. Of course, with the authorization and with the groundwork of the bishops and the episcopal conferences. So, the Sacrosanctum Concilium number 13 says that these devotions are to be promoted as long as they comply with the church laws. They should not be a substitute for liturgy. And when we talk about liturgy here, we're talking about the official way of worshiping of the church, which involves the public who pray in the name of all other people in the world, the name of the church, the public, the work belonging to the public. Let's just remember the etymology of the word liturgy, leitos and ergon, the work belonging to the public. So the devotions, as long as they comply with to the church laws, are not to be a substitute to liturgy, the official way of praying to the church, which by its very nature, by the very nature of liturgy, is far superior to these devotions, these just sentimental feelings, though they are important because they are external ways in which a group of people express their faith. So they are to be promoted. It's beautiful when we see that such devotions should be so drawn up that they harmonize with the liturgical seasons, accord with the sacred liturgy, and are in some way derived from the liturgy and lead the people to the liturgy, since, in fact, the liturgy by its very nature is far superior to any of them. Liturgy is far superior to any of them because it's a public worship, whereas popular devotions have a tendency towards being individualistic. And that's what we have to remember here. Now, coming to Sacrosanctum Concilium number 14, we talk about the promotion of people's participation in liturgy. And what this Sacrosanctum Concilium 14 talks about is so beautiful. It talks about how our liturgy should be characterized with a full, active, and conscious participation. That whenever we join up in liturgy, we are invited to participate fully, actively, and consciously, whereby it is a moment in which the faithful are able to perform their liturgical rites. And how do they perform their liturgical rites? There are many ways. Of course, they participate individually, but as a group. That's what liturgy is all about, as a public. Through acclamations, through responses, through scriptures, readings, singing, the signs and symbols which are done together as a group, as the people of God joined to pray to their God. And this active participation, first of all, is full because it involves the whole person, body, mind, heart, and soul. Because in liturgy, we don't only involve an aspect only of the soul, but the whole person is involved. Body, mind, heart, and soul. And it's also external. This is full conscious and active participation is also external. That we use symbol signs which are perceptible to the senses, but which help us to enter into the internal. That's why we hear of external aspects like music, which should lead us to the internal aspect of participation. So the participation is both external, at the same time, it is internal. So it's full and it's conscious that I'm aware of what I'm celebrating. And the more I am aware, the more I'm aware of what I'm celebrating, the more I would love what I'm celebrating. And the more I will celebrate more, the more I will be fully involved. And it's active, that we are not just mere spectators watching the priest and the ministrants and the servers and the liturgical ministers doing whatever they are doing. No, but we are involved fully. Consciously, we are aware of it, and actively, that each one tries to find a way of actually trying to put his gifts, small and big, into the service together. Because in liturgy, each one puts all the gifts together in order to celebrate together. I don't celebrate alone. So that's what the church fathers in this document of Sacrosanctum Concilium number 14 remind us, that we are called to employ our energies, both internal and external, but also be able to be conscious of what we are celebrating and celebrate it to the full. And the more I celebrate it and employ my gifts, the more I enjoy, and the more I help others also to enjoy, and I participate better in liturgy. God bless you as we finish up with this section.